It's often said that bigger is better, but is that the case when it comes to the size of your disc brake rotors?
And are there any advantages or disadvantages to using bigger rotors?
And should you consider changing the size of yours?
Well, to be honest, I'd probably quite like a smaller one on the front.
Well, in this video, we're going to answer that very question. Should you change the size of your disc brake rotors? Let's go. With disc brakes becoming more and more popular on road bikes and manufacturers choosing to spec their bikes with both 140 or 160mm rotors, it got us thinking, is there really a noticeable difference out on the road between these two rotor sizes?
So what are the reasons for different size rotors? Surely you just want more braking power all the time.
So the first point we need to consider is leverage, and our brake rotors act as a lever, transferring force from the caliper into the wheel. And the larger the disc brake rotor, the more leverage it offers. So to calculate the torque that can be applied to the wheel, you take the force, which is applied by the caliper, and the length of the lever, which is the rotor size. And when comparing 160mm rotors to 140mm rotors, there's a difference in leverage of 14%. But is that leverage particularly helpful in the real world when we're out riding? I mean, we're using the same brake lever, the same calipers, and we've got the same tyres, and in theory, we've got the same amount of grip on the road. Well, I guess we'll find out. We're on the outskirts of Bath in England, where we've come to conduct our experiment.
Alex is going to accelerate up to a constant speed of 40 kilometers an hour, and then he's going to slam on the anchors when he hits our predefined braking point, which is that drainage grid over there. At this point, I'm going to measure the distance it takes him to stop using the GCN Trundle Wheel of Truth.
And I'm going to conduct 3 runs on both of the rotor sizes, so we've got a good number of data points to make a fair comparison. Without further ado, I got up to 40 kilometers an hour, ready for my first attempt.
Seven. 8.7.
8.7.
8.7 metres.
Good benchmark, right, 2 more runs. I think I went further.
11. Dead.
How have I gone further? Right, run 3. That was a good one. That was a good one, that one. What we got?
8.2.
Shortest yet, that.
Best one yet. Yeah.
All right. Right, we better switch some rotors over and get the 160s on. Boom. So we've done our roadside rotor swap, and this bike is now set up with a 160mm rotor on the front and the rear of the bike. We've got the same bike set up, the same road, the same conditions, so let's head out and see what happens.
Based upon the theory that Alex has outlined, that you get 14% sort of greater torque and more stopping power, it'll be interesting to see if that translates into the stopping distance. If it does, then he should be stopping around 1.2 metres shorter. .5.
Not bad for first benchmark.
Yeah, first benchmark. Let's see if you can cut it down though. Oh, that's a good one, that one. That was a good one. Ooh.
Oh, you've sold me short. Go back a bit.
6.8. 6.8.
Whoa.
Decent. Ooh, decent.
What's the score?
5.6.
Oh my God.
Right.
That's the shortest yet.
No, well,
that's unbelievable.
Do you know, I think some of it might be the braking performance, but I question this. I think some of it is also that you're just getting better at emergency stops.
I'd like to say I'm pretty good at them already. So Ollie's convinced himself that I'm just getting better emergency braking, and that's the reason we're seeing the 160mm rotors look like they're performing a little bit better. But I don't believe that in the slightest, so in the interest of science, we're going to switch back to 140mm rotors, and I'm going to do it all again.
I'm trundling, I'm trundling, I'm trundling.
So what have we got?
7.8.
Oh, you see, I was right.
Well, I was right as well, because you did get better. That was your best 40 rotor yet.
But it still serves the same purpose. It showed that the 140s aren't quite as effective as the 160s.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. So the results are in, and you know what? It turns out I can stop in a shorter distance with the 160mm rotors. Ollie's got the numbers, funnily enough.
Okay. Now, the average stopping distance with the 140s was 8.9 metres.
Yep.
And it was just 6.9 metres with the 160s. So 2 metres difference.
That has impressed me a lot, and you know what? A 2 metre shorter stopping distance is pretty significant. And in an emergency situation, that's the difference between hitting the back of a car or another rider or remaining safe. So that's important.
It's quite surprising, because if we take the theory that you proposed at the start of the video, with it being 14% more efficient at braking, if you assume that then to linearly translate into the actual braking performance in a literal sense, then that would equate to about 1.2 metres better performance with the 160s. But they've massively outperformed that with what we've seen. Although, my theory of you getting better at doing the emergency stops, if we take your best stop on the 140s of 7.8 metres and take sort of 1.2 metres off that, we are actually hitting that sort of average of the 160s. But still, I'm impressed with how much better the 160s were. I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that either, to be honest. And at the outset of this experiment, I was pretty sold on the 140s being the better rotor option for me. But surprisingly enough, I think it has changed my mind, and I think I'm going to stick with 160mm rotors. So even though we've not conducted a controlled scientific experiment, it does give a fair comparison and a fair example of what the differences are. And whilst we've been using Shimano brake rotors today for a fair comparison, there are a whole host of other different brands out there which have each got their own different characteristics which will affect the brake performance in various different ways. Shimano use a method called ice tech to cool their rotors down. Other brands will have their own methods to do this. But rotor size, the smaller rotors, will actually dissipate heat less effectively than the larger rotors. So that means if you're riding long alpine descents, the 140mm rotors will heat up a little bit quicker than the 160s. Something we've seen a large number of manufacturers do is to mix up the rotor sizes fitted to their bikes, and they'll use a larger rotor size on the front and a slightly smaller rotor at the back. And that's because a large percentage of your braking is done through the front wheel. So it's a bit of a halfway house really, and offers sort of the benefits of both rotor sizes.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little experiment today, and if you have, please give this video a thumbs up. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and if you would pick 160s or 140s. See ya!
See you later!
I'm going to trundle away.